I'm here at my new little crash pad, as I call it. It's actually off the Beltline in Atlanta, Georgia. The place is phenomenal. And this is, we talk about like the to-dos of real estate. We teach you what we do. But guys, let me tell you something. The reason we do this is because of stuff like this. I mean, literally, I woke up early this morning. I did a couple things. I got ready, and I went like literally downstairs. I'm on the top floor here. I went downstairs. I did a 50-minute run on the Beltline, which is like literally like 20 stairs. Julie was here this weekend. It's like 20, 30 stairs away from the front door. I ran, jogged in this gorgeous Beltline with like people on bicycles, people with carriages. I mean, it's just so cool. Then I got back here, hung out for a little bit, worked from here. Then my dad is so excited about seeing this. So then my dad came here for lunch. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just so cool seeing my dad it's cool seeing my dad watch me and kind of some of the rewards that I've been able to get in life. And he and I started walking up and down the Beltline here with the same thing, with the crowd of people exercising, walking, hanging out. And as you're walking, you got these shops, you got these coffee places, you got bars, you got cigar places. I mean, it's on. You almost have to see it. Matter of fact, one time, Julie, we're going to do a video on the Beltline. I mean, just to show people what it is. Then he and I had this amazing lunch. We ate lunch for an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was just really cool. Not just cool for me, it's very cool for me, but it's really cool to see the joy that this brings to my dad. And, a lot of y'all are kind of in the point in this business where you're doing what you think you need to be doing, and some of y'all are doing what you need to be doing. Some of y'all are doing more than you need to be doing, but you're not where you think you should be. And listen, I get it. We've been there, done that. Okay, welcome to the club. But I will tell you that the rewards of this business are, in matter of fact, we probably should do just a special webinar in the next couple of weeks, just about the rewards of the business and how we've been able to reap the rewards and the things we've been able to give back and the things we've been able to do and the places we've been able to travel and the lifestyles that we lead. I mean, it is, guys, no matter where you are mentally in this business, I'm going to tell you right now, if at all there's even a shred of doubt, is this thing worth it? You should leave that behind, because it's worth tenfold. I say this often that literally if 20 years ago when I got started, and back then I was in the way to successfully not making, but losing $500,000. I was successfully on my way to ruining almost all my frontline relationships. With my realtors I started with, I ruined those relationships. My contractors screwed me up and down. That went sideways. And like in my darkest moments back then, if somebody would have said, listen, let me show you what 20 years from now looks like. You got multiple places to live. You got nice cars to drive. You don't worry about your kids not having what they want. You don't have to worry about waking up at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, or 10 in the morning. You don't have to worry about how much money you have in your pocket. You don't have to worry about what food you order, what clothes to wear. See, if I truly believed all this back then, which I didn't, there's no way. If somebody would have told me I'd be here 20 years, I would have said, yeah, BS. Back then, I was doing everything I can to just claw back to zero. I mean, back then, to me, like literally being broke would have been successful. But I'm telling you, if I really, truly believed, I would have done it quicker. I would have absolutely done it quicker, and I would have worked harder, and I worked very hard. And I wouldn't have given as much crap as I did about what some other people said. I would have been more resilient and all those things. So guys, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And by the way, guys, this is why we do these Tuesday night sessions. Because we want to teach you. We want to teach you what it is we do and not done in the past, not read about, not like theorized. We want to teach you what it is that we do as real estate investors on a daily basis. We want to show you what we do. But most importantly, we want to give you all an opportunity to do it with us. Because the only thing I can tell you, the only thing that's going to shortcut this thing for you It's not even a strategy we're going to teach you. It's not some tool that we're going to show you. It's not like something magical we're going to say. See, all those are temporary. Like, we could say something really cool and you can get inspired today and take off, and a week from now be down. I mean, again, we've done the same thing. It's none of those things. The one absolute, no question shortcut that each and every single one of you all could take, that I've taken, that I know Julie has taken, that other members of our team have taken, is getting on the shoulders of someone more successful than you. That's it. I mean, that is really the ultimate shortcut in life. It's not like reading another book so you could be smarter. It's none of those things. It's literally riding on the shoulders. And if you don't believe me today, if you think you're the one person that just can do it all alone and do it quickly, I challenge you that when we're done tonight, go to YouTube and Google inductions, something like inductions into Hall of Fame, any sport. I don't care if it's hockey, baseball, football, tennis, and listen to the people that have risen to the top, like elite. These are the best of the best. And you will not find a speech. I challenge you to find a speech where someone did not reference back to someone that helped them get there. Even the greatest, the Michael Jordans of the world, you know, the Reggie Jacksons of the world. Listen, they all name people along the way that helped them get there. I will tell you, on the road to success, I know there's different paths. I get it. Some of y'all might not even do it through real estate. I get it. But I will tell you, the one thing that all these paths have in common, the one thing that these paths have in common is they all have people that help them along the way. And these are not people that push them from behind. They're broke friends. That's a good motivating factor. Like, okay, 20 guys tell me I can't do it, so watch me do it. That's cool, but that's more of a motivational thing. It's somebody ahead of you that's been there, done that, drank the Kool-Aid, gets it, got it, sticks his hand out and say, come on, let's do it. So the other reason we do these Tuesday nights is we want to give you all an opportunity to work with us, to partner with us and do deals with us. We think that is the key to people's success. And I'll just give you a little history here, how we got even to this point, and then kind of the big thing of why we're doing tonight. Because tonight we're going to give you a real cool shortcut to doing exactly what I just said. Tonight we're going to give you like something really cool that I think, as much as it's important to have people that are leading you and grabbing you by the hand and pulling you up the mountain, I can tell you almost every single one of those people was a live person. There was some live interaction. Very few times you hear the elite say, well, yes, my mentor, my coach, my guru was somebody 5,000 miles away and I never met him. You're not going to hear those stories. You're not going to hear those stories. So tonight we're going to kind of tie all of this in and show you how we could all, how you and myself and Julie and Chelsea and Rafa and Lori and Juki and Bree and David and Mary and Christine, how we could all actually come together live. And that is what, in my opinion, that's when you seal the deal. That's when you seal the deal. So before we get into that, let me tell you how we got here, how we got to partner with people literally all over the United States, because that's a story that needs to be told. And it's a story that you guys need to understand, because I know what some of y'all think. Well, why are you even doing this? What's it for you, kind of like? Well, I want you to know there is things in this for us. There absolutely is things when we partner with people. As much as we would like to say we're just great people, and I guess probably the only person here tonight that could say that. And I'll tell you, like, last night I'll do a sideline story. Last night I'm driving late at night. I'm talking to Julie, and I was actually telling her to pull back from something. And I said, Julie, take your emotion out of it. And then we went back and forth, and she said, Pete, I can't take my emotion out of it. And so that's to say that the only person that probably would still continue working and helping here is Julie. But I want to tell you, for the reality of the situation, the reason we do our are partnering with our clients and our coaching students all over the United States, there was a pathway to get there, and there's a huge reason why we're still here. So the pathway to get here was very simple. It was out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Been investing in real estate for 20 some years. I've had a tremendous amount of successes. I've had tremendous amount of failures. Been there, done that. Sides. Nothing is new to me. But after 20 years, still standing. We had offices all the way from here's Georgia, to down south to Florida, all the way to the West Coast into California. And that became, because that was our stronghold, those kind of became the markets we were focused in and on for obvious reasons. We had people there, we had presence there, the infrastructure there, and all this. So for years, and then we also had some second tier markets, like we had, presence in places like Colorado. We had some presence in places like Texas, and I'm sure I'm overlooking some other places.
Michigan. Mm-hmm.
Michigan, that's right. So there were probably a dozen second tier markets that we were focusing on. Well, what started happening is exactly the same thing each and every one of y'all is experiencing right now. It's getting tougher and tougher to be successful in this business for one very simple reason: more and more competition. See, that's what happens. Market gets better and better and better. More and more and more people get in. It's getting tougher, 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 tougher. This thing gets smaller and smaller, smaller. And then boom, everything collapses. We have a crash, a correction. People get out and starts over again. So, we obviously had, 7, 8, 9 years ago, we had a correction. People pushed out. Right now, we're in a great market. But the downside to being in a great market is that we are experiencing a tremendous amount of competition. A lot of this is not even real competition, but the weird thing about real estate, like, if you're a runner and you're running a race and you got 10 people in there, if you got 8 losers, they don't affect you because you leave them behind. Unfortunately, in real estate, they do affect you, because when you have every Tom, Dick, and Harry wanting to get in because they hear it's a great market, they overbid on properties. They screw up contracts. They tie up realtors' time. So unfortunately, in real estate, the kind of the masses does affect the successful investor. So back to the story. So it became very apparent to us that it was getting tougher and tougher and tougher to and we're quantity investors. Quantity. We were doing dozens and dozens of deals on a monthly basis. So we're trying to figure out, and on the side here, we ran a very successful educational company, that we were teaching a lot of people how to be successful in real estate. So we had our investment company here, we're our educational company here. We were collectively trying to figure out, well, how do we do more deals? Okay. So what happened over social media, we just kind of started toying and messing around with different social media messaging, and started messing around with this messaging of like, hey, if you got a deal anywhere, call me. And if you can't execute the deal yourself, like especially if you need money, call me. We'll partner with you. We'll fund the whole deal. We'll do the deal totally. And then we'll sell and split the profits. And that message took off like wildfire. And by the way, this is not that long ago. Some people I know this has exploded. Our Facebook presence, groups, is exploding. And, this messaging is exploding. We have Hollywood in here doing reality series on us. But the reality is this is not what we've been doing for 50 years. But just like that message took off. But what happened, like with anything else, you have to be open to massaging things. When you start a venture, the one thing you never want to do is you don't want to be too rigid in your venture. Okay, you have to kind of let the venture guide you. You have to be open to change. That's one of the great reasons of being a small business owner, is that we could change quickly. Well, what started happening over a period of time is that as people started hearing the message, and the message started resonating. Remember, we got this whole educational company here. As the message started resonating, the inquiries started changing. People would start contacting us and not saying, hey, I got the deal, let's partner. They said, I want to learn how to do this, and then let's partner. Okay, because they understood the value in education is not just in education, it's what happens after education. It's not just going to college, it's getting a job. You know, it's not just hiring a mentor, it's seeing results. And so the big disconnect in real estate has always been between the education and reality. See, in real estate, it's huge. It's huge. In real estate, there's literally a million miles between knowing something and doing something for one very basic reason. Like, for instance, if we were starting a laundry service, laundry machines, it's simple. I could literally go to some internet website, franchise, it'll be very simple. You know, you buy 20 machines, you use this kind of powder, you charge X amount, and it's like most businesses are very rigid, like McDonald's. McDonald's, there's like zero room for anything. It's very straightforward. You know, this is how we make our hamburger. No, we don't deviate. No, we don't cook our fries for 20 minutes. We cook our fries for 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Almost every business is like that, except real estate. Real estate, just because you learn something, it does not mean you could implement something, because there's this huge discrepancy between the two. Huge. You know, I tell you in real estate, that you should go out there and it's like this, and you get there and you're like, well, gosh, Pete said it's green, but it's actually yellow. That's weird. Well, Pete said that my contractor should get job done on time. And if he doesn't, I should punish him by docking him some money. Well, when I told my contractor that, he just about kicked my butt. Okay, so that didn't work. Pete said that, here's how you do an assignment, but my closing attorney doesn't do assignments. So in real estate, there is I almost can't think of one scenario where it's like black and white. Everything is gray in real estate. That's why the reality of real estate is that it's not that us educators of real estate don't want to educate. It's not that us educators in real estate don't want to deliver good information. There's nothing to do with that. I know people always get mad, that guru, I didn't make a million. There's nothing to do with that. It has to do with one very basic thing. A million miles. You know something, you do something. So in the end, almost everybody gets educated out in the field. You learn something from the guru, and then the real education starts. But here's the problem that almost everyone runs into. It's very expensive. Very expensive. Again, you run the dry cleaner, you mess up someone's shirt, okay, well, here's $100, no big deal. You get into real estate, you mess up your wiring, that could be disaster. You get into real estate, and you think the property's going to sell for $300, but it only sells for $250, you could be toast. So I could just give you example upon example. So the relationship between education and results it's totally out of whack. So that's when our partner-driven coaching program came into reality. When people started contacting us and saying, guys, I don't have a deal, but I want to learn how to do a deal. And the reason I want to learn from you, Pete and Julie and the team, is because you're going to back me. So we finally closed that gap, the gap between experience and money. It always comes down to that. You either don't have experience to do this business, or you don't have the money, or most people don't have both. So when we close the gap of you piggyback off our experience and we give you all the money to do the deals, that's when the whole thing exploded. So that's how we got to be where we are today. Now, we don't do as many like Pete and Julie deals anymore. We do some. As a matter of fact, we're starting to do more because we're really getting our systems in line with our partners across the United States. And that's starting to run more on autopilot. So we're starting to pick up more of our own. I think, didn't we get 2 like yesterday or today, something like that?
Yeah, we got 2 sold today. But we got both of these deals within the last, couple of days. But I know we're at least doing at least a couple, 2 or 3 deals a week.
Yeah, so we're starting to pick up a little volume ourselves, doing our own stuff. But the reality is this: how we arrived here, why now we're having the successes we're having, is we combined our educational company with our investment company. So now when you join our partner-driven coaching program, we're going to take you all the way through the process. Our team is actually going to step in the front end and find the deal. Yeah, we're not going to just teach you how to do it. We'll teach you, but we're going to help you, physically help you. Like, for instance, we'll research all the pre-foreclosures, identify and get them to you. We'll research anything you want us to research. We'll find owners. We'll skip trace. We'll get you information that you can't get access to. So on the marketing, we're truly a partner. We're executing. That's the key word, executing with you. Number two, you're using all my money to buy the deal. Killer, right? All my money. So when the deal is found, I'm giving you 100% of the money to buy the deal. By the way, 100% of the money for down payment if that needs to go, for earnest money, for any carrying costs. If we have to borrow, I'm not going to ask you to put your name on the line. I'm going to put my name on the line. I'm not going to ask you to use your credit. I'm going to use my credit. When we have to pay a contract, I'll call you and say, hey, you got to pay like 50 grand to someone. I'm going to pay the 50 grand. You know, when insurance needs to be bought, I'm going to buy the insurance. Taxes need to be paid. I'm going to pay them. So we're going to pick up 100% of the money. Next, our team is going to help you execute the deal. And usually on the deals we're doing, execution, obviously, really in any investment type of deal, execution means fixing it. We're going to get it into the shape that we need to get it to get it sold. Guess what? You're going to definitely want us on your side there. That is where, even if you do a lot of things right, you screw that up, you could be in a lot of trouble. So we're going to be part of your team. And by the way, we get very involved. Like Julie and the team have literally fixed, like, I'm not kidding, literally fixed properties across the country, or a local partner has kind of gone, just didn't have the expertise to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then, what's that?
I said, oh, absolutely. Because not only do I care about our profits, but I want, our partners to make as much money as possible and to learn as much money as possible. And, many of you often wonder, well, how are you able to do this? Well, it's because, myself and Peter, and our team, we do this for ourselves here. So we've already made the mistakes that we don't want you to do again. Believe it or not, what one of the biggest mistakes I see investors do is they over fix up a property. Okay. You got a $125,000 house and you're trying to put, granite and marble floors in when you just don't need to. Also making the choice on a property of, sometimes it's not always right to buy, fix, and sell a house. Sometimes it's better to buy it, clean it out, and sell it as is. So those are some of the decisions we're going to help you with. Along with that, just the fact that not only do we get this information, but I'm never going to leave you alone on an appointment. And I really mean that. And I never left anybody alone on an appointment, to the point to where actually, we teach you how to make these phone calls, get your contracts ready for you, tell you how much people owe. Because look, for me, and maybe this is a selfish thing to say, but once we start doing deals, that's what really excites me. So if you're not doing deals and I'm not, helping you do deals, then it's not uberly exciting for me. And I'm not going to waste your time with 3 and 4 months of training on things that aren't going to make you money. When you talk to me, everything that you and I are going to talk about is finding deals. Because you're never, ever, ever going to learn this business until you actually go out and find deals yourself. And you go through the process. So the best way to learn this business is to take action and do it over and over and over again. Not the first property you put under contract, is that going to work? And that's just not the way it is. And that's one good thing about what, we're talking about tonight, that I'm so excited about for the beginning of the year, Peter.
Yeah, no. And we do want to kind of, so to tie in the loop, as you heard Julie just talk about, we get involved with our partners. We back them financially. We back them with resources. We back them with people. We get them back them with tools. And it's all about doing, it's still a coaching program, but in essence, it's a partnership program. Okay. So having said all this, and we're just loving doing that. But look, just like I started 30 minutes ago, you meet a successful person, you meet a mentor. You meet someone that shines, you meet somebody that helped them shine. The two are intertwined. But the one piece that's intertwined is you'll never hear the mentor, and you'll never hear, I guess it's called the mentee, or the person being mentored, never connect. Somewhere along the line, you have to have that personal connection. As cool as it is what we're doing right now, reality is there's a lot of you guys listening to us, and a lot of you guys are seeing us, but there's stuff lost because we can't see you back. As cool as it is to be on the phone and to be able to communicate with you, but something's lost when you can't be with somebody face to face. Almost anything that we have done, anything that you've done, think about this. Anyone important in your life, somewhere along the line there was a one-to-one connection. Almost across the board. I don't care if it's a business relationship, a friendship. I don't care if it's a romantic relationship. Somewhere along the line, there was that personal interaction. Well, guess what? Nothing changes in this business. So, as many of you know or have been hearing about or about ready to hear about for the first time, we have decided to do another live event, guys. This is going to be a really, really, really cool one. Because everything that we've been talking about in the last 30 minutes, I want to paint a big distinction for some of y'all that are going to be like, well, should I come? Should I go? Should I invest my time into going to Georgia? You know, I can go see this guru, or I've already seen this guru. Everything we've been talking about tonight is the reason you need to come. Because what we've been talking about tonight is very simple. A true partnership. A true partnership. Would you want to be in partners with someone you've never met? I mean, honestly. Now, I'm not saying you can't possibly test the waters with someone like that. I'm not saying you cannot make it happen. But boy, the dynamics of the partnership, the relationship changes when there's that one-to-one live interaction and contact. See, I consider myself to be extremely good on the phone. I consider myself to be extremely good sales. There's things that I'm awful at. There's a couple things I'm good at. I'm extremely good at sales. I'm extremely good at closing. But I always teach people, when you're closing, when you have a seller, get inside their house. Get inside their house. Why do you think I tell people to take an hour or two out of their way to go to see those people? I could just say, hey, practice closing on the phone. Guys, if I can get inside one's house, I'll get inside someone's house. Because the dynamics change when you're in front of people and you're interacting with them. You make more of a commitment. You build a stronger bond. You build a stronger relationship. You bring stronger ties. You get in line with the things that are going to happen in the future. Like in the future when you're like, holy crap, I want to quit. I want to stop. It doesn't work. No, because now you got a real link back to us. You meet Julie. You hear her story that she doesn't talk about all the time on these kind of public venues. Meet people behind the scenes. You'll meet a Mary, and you'll understand why Mary is like the only person literally in my world that's allowed to scream at me. And Mary does scream at me because she's my closer. Mary's a freaking bulldog. And you maybe, some of y'all may be like, well, why don't I close more? Why do I get 10 properties under contract and 9 fall out? Because you're not acting like a Mary. And Mary don't want to get on these webinars. I'm sorry. And she ain't. She ain't do it, I promise you. But when you're here that weekend, you will spend time with Mary and you'll be like, got it. And if I can't be a Mary, I now know how to find a Mary. And guess what? Y'all, and hopefully many of y'all, will have our Mary working with you, because guess what? When you become part of our partner-driven coaching program, Mary closes your deals. You better believe it. You want to meet Mary, because when Mary's got a stack of files, she's closing, 10 deals this week, or 5 deals, or 20 deals. You want her to think, God, man, glad I met Bob, because Bob's a really cool guy. And I'm glad I met Bob that weekend, and Mary's not going to favor anyone. But certain certain things happen. Like you go above and beyond. You know, it's that same concept where moms lift cars when they run over their kids, and all of a sudden, town mom looks up a car and no one knows how the hell she did it. Well, that's how she did it. She was motivated. So you wanna come here because it's your team. You're with us because you want to do deals. Like if you're with us just to hear us, listen to us, be part of a community, we love you. We want you to continue. We have no problem with that. But that is not where Julie and I focus. I'm sorry. We're not in this thing just for frou-frou and lollipops and unicorns. We're not. We are in this thing to do deals. And we will focus on people that are doing deals with us. And so when you come January 19th and 20th, you will become part of it'll be real. You'll become part of the team. You'll see Mary the closer, Laura I don't even know what we call Laura. She does pretty much everything, but you'll meet Laura, Juhi. None of you guys know Juhi. Guess what? Almost every single one of you is somehow being helped that's doing deals with us by Juhi. Some of y'all need to spend a little time with Juhi and kind of get it, see it, okay? You'll meet Bree. Almost everyone of you that's doing deals with us is affected by Bree. So you're going to meet the team, but you're also going to be in a very intense learning environment for those 2 days. We're going to launch this thing with you. I don't care where you are. If you're just getting started, we've been there, done that. We know how to launch this business. If you're stuck on your 10th deal, hey, been there, done that. We'll show you how to get to your 20th deal. No matter where you are, we're going to show you how to get to that next level. We promise you.
And one thing that I want to share, and I just want to share a phone call that I got last week. At our last live event that we had, actually it was 2 live events ago because we don't do live events very often. You know, it's on the weekend and we're here to help people. But I got a call from a gentleman who actually, because he came to live event, I've been speaking with him a little bit here and there ever since, you know, he's came. And he calls me and he said, Julie, I've quit my full-time job and I'm doing 4 to 5 deals a month. Now, guys, that is incredible. And I think this live event was 5 or 6 months ago. And I said, why do you think coming to that live event, why do you think that encouraged you to quit your full-time job and to start doing more deals? And he said, because you, Julie, whenever I was telling you my story, you simply said to me, I don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. Why don't you just get out there and do this business? You know how to do it. You're going to be great at it. And I really meant that when I said that to him. So this event is just like Peter said, it's certainly about meeting the team. You're going to do that. But look, this event's going to be in January. This event is meant to kick you in the ass, excuse my French, and get you moving. Get off of your get off to where you're stopped and you're not moving on. By the time you leave here on this weekend, you will have a clear plan on where to go in your future. I promise you. And I go to lots of seminars, masterminds, things like that, because I enjoy them. I love learning new things. This is not some frou-frou live event to where there's no actual meat and potatoes. Okay? Everybody know what meat and potatoes is? You want to get down to it. It is so jam-packed. Your brain will be absolutely full by the time you leave. It'll just be like that. So what I mean is, it is absolutely worth your time. If you want to be somewhere to where you learn this business and you actually take action steps and you're around other like-minded people. Think of it this way. Who else, I want you to think, besides you, who else do you think is going to come to an event like this? Somebody that's similar to you.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you think if you're talking to your family and friends about real estate investing, and I've said this before, do you really think they're going to be 100% for you doing this? Sorry, guys. They're definitely not. Okay? Whenever you're getting started in this business, some of the people that you love the most are going to be the ones that hold you down. Okay? When you get around other people, and I mean, there are some wonderful people at every live event I've ever went to, and I cannot wait for you to meet. I can't wait to meet everybody. You're actually going to be around other people that are doing in the same spot that you're in. Who do you think you're going to learn more from? I'd like to say it's Peter and I. You know who you're going to learn the most from? You're going to learn the most from the other people that came to an event just like this, that is just where you are. They are going to motivate you the most, okay? That's why people go to, you know, go to churches, go to things like that, because you want to go where other people believe and do the same thing that you're doing. That's what a live event is for. It's for you to learn, for you to grow, and for you to know that what you're doing is right. And you know what? Maybe it's the deciding factor of maybe this isn't something that you should do. Because for some of you, maybe this isn't something that you should do. But you know what? You need to figure that out sooner than later, okay? Because this is hard work. There's a ton of upside here, but you're never ever going to replace a weekend like this. It's, you know, I feel it's one of the best I've went to. I know we certainly give it all to you. You're going to learn everything how to market, how to put properties under contract, how to negotiate with sellers, how to talk to sellers. And I believe at this live event, you are, and I want you to step outside your comfort zone here. You're going to be making calls at this live event. If we want to push you to be successful. These are the things that we're going to work with you on while we're here. All right. And this is two full days. And I cannot think of anything better to be doing with your time in the month of January than getting yourself right about what you're going to do for yourself and what you're going to do for your family. Right? What are you going to do to grow your career? What are you going to do to grow your bank account? When Peter was talking earlier about, you know, the condo and all that stuff's wonderful. Having money is awesome. I mean, it just really is. Not having to worry is awesome. I tell you, the other day, my daughter's like, out of nowhere, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's like, well, I've got to stay after school for so-and-so. If I still worked a job, what do you think I would have had to tell my daughter? No, I can't do that. What do you think I can do now? If she needs to stay after school, I can do that. To me, that power and that freedom is priceless. Being able to support, you know, our children. You know, Peter took his kids back and forth to baseball for years and cheerleading. Those things are irreplaceable. So it's not money. It's this freedom that allows you to be there for the people that you love. And you know what? To be there for yourself, because, you know, you got to love yourself first. Go and take time out to go work out, Peter. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. I'm not even really that big into that kind of stuff, but I mean, it does matter. That's what this business does, and that's what we want for you. This is not some selfish venture of, you know, I don't want to hold all this information, and I want to share with you guys my story and how it changed my life. So I don't want you to sit on the fence anymore or sit on the couch. Do something with your life that matters, and make 2019 the best freaking year of your life. Please.
No question. Guys, remember, January 19th and 20th, it's going to be in our office. We decided to reconfigure some things because we want you to get the real feel, which means seating's limited. I'll mention one other thing, and then we'll talk about how you can get there. We're going to do a Saturday night. Sometimes the most special nights, special times we have at these events is actually what happens outside the venue. And you guys know that. It's like the meeting after the meeting, the blah, blah, blah. So that Saturday night, we're all going to be at my lake house, guys. It's going to be phenomenal. That's when you're going to really get to know us. That's when you're going to get to know each other. That's when some of y'all are going to make the biggest commitments of the weekend. It's a great view. I live right in the water. I got a boat parked down there right below the house. Got a huge porch. We'll have great, incredible food, drinks. We'll do cigars for those of y'all that do cigars. It'll be awesome. We'll have some great music. I promise you. some of you all will get beyond impacted on what happens that Saturday night. Just take my word on it. It'll blow your mind, just the conversations and just what happens there. So January 19th and the 20th, limited seating. We're going to do it right in our office. You're going to meet everybody. You're going to learn a ton. 2 ways to get there. Number one, if you are already one of our partner-driven coaching clients and you know who you are, there is no charge along with that for the next 30 days. For those of you all that are part of our self-study course, also have the ability to come to that event for free as long as you're still a member on January 19th and the 20th. And the other way, if you're not part of any of those ways of working with us, then you pay a measly $500 to help us pick up some of the expenses, okay? So again, if you're either a private coaching partner of Julie's and mine and you know who you are, or you're in a self-study course, and you're still a paying member during January 19th and 20th, and for the self-study course, you have to sign up for that course in the next 30 days. After that, the promo's off. Or if you're not part of either of those, then you just simply pay $500 and you're there. So we're doing things in real time tonight. I'm literally seeing this in real time. So the web address is coachingbypeter.com/live. Excuse me. coachingbypeter.com/live. Go there. You'll see one of 3 ways for you to register. It's everything you need there. There's a little video that Julie and I did. And explaining a little bit more about what you're going to see during that live event. Guys, I'm telling you, go there, sign up, register. It's going to be mind blowing. It's going to be mind blowing. We're excited about having you there. You know which category you fall into, and we're excited to see you there. Anything we left out, Julie?
No, I mean, the only thing I can say is that if this is something you want to do, you've got to sign up immediately, because I know people go, space is limited. It is really limited, okay? So you must sign up. You've got to get on here, and you've got to do this. And know this, only if you're in our one-on-one program do you get to bring a partner with you for free, okay? So those of you that are in our one-on-one program, I just kind of want to meet your spouses or your significant others. We want them to come too. But these are your 3 options. But either way, we want you to be there. Take action now. You've got plenty of time between now and January to find a way to pay for a hotel whenever you get here, okay? And once you sign up, we'll send you an email a little bit later on where to stay around here, things like that. But, you know, take action right now. Also, if you would like to either be in our self-study course or our one-on-one coaching program. If you would like to be in our one-on-one coaching program, all you need to do is visit www.coachingbypeter.com or on the screen, apply for the one-on-one coaching. If you would like to be in our self-study course, all I need you to do is, this is only limited for the next 30 days. Past this 30 days, you are not going to be able to be back involved in this. But if you would like to be a member of our self-study program, what I need you to do is visit www.thevexelmanmethod.com and sign up there. Or if you just want to come to our live event, we want you here too. Sign up for that. Whether you, it's a good place, even if you've been in this business a long time, to just get yourself a refresh. But either way, we want you here.
All right, guys. Well, we enjoyed it as always. We hope you did too. We know we're going to see a bunch of y'all at that event. I promise. Oh, by the way, if you're paying the $500 at the end of the event, you don't think we literally surpassed everything you came for, just see anybody from our team and we'll refund your $500. So there, that takes all the excuses out of it. All right, guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.